Healing power. Healing power. Power. Is it possible that dreaming can actually heal? We know that 70% of people who go through depression will actually recover without treatment. In 2006, there was actually a study, and its results were published in the Journal for Psychiatry Research, where they recruited 30 people going through divorce and asked them to record their dreams for over 5 months. And the depressed patients whose dreams were rich with emotion were found that they eventually recovered without a need of drugs or extensive therapy. One woman even reported that she was seeing her ex-husband dancing with his new girlfriend in her dreams, like she was spying on him. And the next day she felt fine. She felt better. But not everybody, 70%, there's still 30% left over that didn't recover. And those were people whose dreams were very bland. They were probably they were so emotional that they couldn't relax enough to fall into a deep sleep to get a good night's dream, or to dream at all. They had an empty feeling about themselves because they couldn't even relax to fall asleep. And even some people have post-traumatic dreams that can traumatize them and actually do damage instead of help, and make their emotions and their grief worse. These are people who normally have nightmares instead of just regular dreams. And those are people that usually have to get some form of medication. Not always, though. A therapist can also work things through. Medication and therapy are common forms. And it's really a control cycle. They're trying to get control of something, and it's going to come back. But in order to break the cycle of the nightmares, they have to master whatever it is that they're content and upset about. Like, for instance, rape victims. They usually suffer from nightmares for months because they have a sense of lack of control. They fear it happening again. And the dreams only make it worse because it just dramatizes that much more of what they fear, and it's not helping. It's not always beneficial for them to see what they're already afraid of, because some people cannot confront their fears. It's a challenge within themselves, and they have to master it. And sometimes a dream is not enough to give them the hint that they need to master this, that they need to overcome it. They have to sometimes seek therapy, etc. But even pain itself is often mind over matter, because people dramatize that they're in a lot of pain, when all pain is a chemical reaction. Okay, you don't have to make it seem worse than it really is. It's telling you what's wrong, but the body also overreacts all the time. When you're sneezing, the body's overreacting. It's trying to dispel harmful chemicals, but it's doing it in a manner that's not even necessary. It's usually a very small amount that just tickles you, and the body freaks out. Sometimes people will go into shock after they get hurt, and that's because it's mind over matter. The damage may not even be that bad. Or if you get sick, and after your cold goes away, you're still having coughing fits. That's because the body's it's overreacting to something that's already passed, and the body does it all the time. If you drank something that tickled your throat, you might cough a lot, even though nothing's wrong. So often things can be overcome by mind over matter, and really resorting to drugs is a last resort. You shouldn't resort to drugs right away. You should try to wait and see how you can fare on your own, because drugs, they change the properties of how things break down. And the natural way of the body to work is to build up immunities to things. Once you get sick and the body has sent out the proper type of immunity to kill it off, then you can't get sick with that again, because it stores those T cells for later, in case if you get the same sickness again. And drugs can interfere with that process, which can make things worse, because if you use drugs to take care of something, there's a chance that it might come back. But if you just wait and see how you fare on your own, and you become better, it probably won't ever come back again. But that's not like illnesses, Illnesses are much more dire, and that does require medical help, You can't just last out something like HIV, and then get AIDS and expect it to just go away, They got enough medication now to prolong life to almost a normal life after somebody contracts AIDS. They can prolong life up to, what is it, like 30, 40 years? Long time. Almost a normal lifespan. It's just miserable. Taking pills every day.